In the once war-torn remote island country known as Ramadi, peace has prevailed for nearly 3 years. Peace won at the hands of freedom-loving American soldiers, fighting for their beliefs and the democratic future of a far-off neighbor. Amidst chaos caused by the 20-year rule of a diabolical tyrant, law was created by the American intervention. The despot was removed, tried, and hanged by those he once governed with an iron fist. The war was swift and decisive, but left a rift that was initially filled by former insurgents and criminals unbeknownst to the liberating forces. The first year was rife with guerrilla attacks against the temporary government and patrolling American forces. Immediate action taken by the commanding general crushed the insurrection before it had a chance to grow, and calm was quickly restored. A peaceful future was on the horizon, and over the next year a constitution was drafted, ratified, and the inevitable drawdown of American forces began. That was 6 months ago. Things change. American Forward Operating Base, Camp Crom, left with a small contingent comprised mostly of a single military intelligence company and a small mixture of air and ground security elements, remains in place while the winds of insurrection threaten to smash down the gates. A few evil yet charismatic personalities have collected soldiers under their control and are bent on the overthrow of the remaining American forces and the democratically elected government. These groups claim the government is a puppet of the United States, and the American soldiers, once seen as liberators and heroes, are now an evil occupying force whose goals include annexation of the small island. The claims were disputed by the elected officials, and it seemed that the unease would pass. This sense of false hope was shattered when 3 members of the governing council were killed by a roadside IED attack 2 months ago. This was the shot that triggered the beginning of several seemingly unrelated conflicts. Innocent civilians, some tied to the government and others with no connections whatsoever, began disappearing. They were later found dead, and rumors of ransom demands circulated among the populace. Tales of men shot by unseen assailants added fire to the flames of panic. Many civilians fled the island, fearing the hell of war, and the government was sequestered to another island for their own safety. Last month, the frequency of IED and sniper attacks increased, their targets moving from the government to the American patrols. 2 previously unheard-of groups have claimed responsibility for the attacks: Jihad al-Samwa and Freedom by Force. Their demands are the same: the complete and immediate removal of American influence from their country. Failure to comply will only escalate the conflict. The MICO commander increased combat patrols, incorporating the few air and armored assets as a deterrent to the rebel forces. His intent is that an aggressive increase in MI collection and analysis will end this without the need for mass military combat operations. This is where your team comes in. Working separately through your respective intelligence specialties, under the coordination of the S2, you will provide the commander complete situational awareness. Your efforts will shape the future of this island. If you succeed, we can put a swift end to the uprising without the need for a surge in combat forces needed elsewhere around the globe. You need to report to the MICO for operations and threat briefings before you leave the FOB. Good luck.